Hello, my name is Amber Sabin, and this is my capstone presentation regarding the 6 functions of human resources and their role in organizational effectiveness. The topic I am presenting today is the importance of the 6 main human resources functions in functional organizations, and my overall goal is to describe the potential risks that an organization may face if they do not have the 6 human resource functions within their functional organization. A summary of my research. This is a capstone project document or presentation that is intended to describe the importance of human resources functions within the functional organizations. This project was researched and written within an 8-week capstone project course where my classmates and my instructor provided feedback through assignment completions and online discussion threads. This final industry paper and presentation includes how a human resources department operates through its 6 main functions. The main functions researched and applied in the study is recruitment, safety, employer and employee relations, labor law compliance, total rewards, learning and development. The primary information collected was to help capture the basic responsibilities within each human resource function and also to produce a return on investment for functional organizations. The return on investment is captured by explaining the advantages of each function and then also explaining the potential risks of not having each particular function within a functional organization. The results indicate that all 6 of the human resource functions play a significant role in planning and pursuing a business strategy. So my hypothesis and theory for this presentation is that successful functional organizations achieve their strategic goals through the support of human resources departments, which consist of 6 functions: recruitment, safety, employer and employee relations, labor law compliance, total rewards, and training and development. Without these functions, organizations are at risk. So really quick, I'd like to explain what exactly a functional organization looks like. So a functional structure divides the organization into departments based on their function. So as you can see here within this flow chart, you have the CEO who is overall in charge of the entire organization. And then you have specialty departments such as VP of Finance, Human Resources, Operations, and Marketing. So each is headed by a functional manager, and employees are grouped by their role. Functional managers tend to have experience in the roles they supervise. This ensures that employees are using their skills effectively. It helps organizations in achieving their business objectives. There are several hierarchical structures for organizations, and they vary when it comes to size and how they operate their business. Hierarchy within organizations tends to be successful if they can attract and retain employees, allow for promotion of communication, and clearly define the chain of command. There is no right or wrong way to structure an organization, but for the purpose of this paper, I'm going to focus on the most popular structure, which is the functional structure. One of the strengths of functional organizations is that they're strong producers. They are productive because each department is an expert in their role. However, they tend to have weaknesses such as effective communication amongst the groups. So without further ado, I'd like to continue on into the description of the findings of this research that I have done. I'd like to start off with recruitment. All organizations have staffing requirements that are complex and require workforce planning and employment strategies. It is human resources responsibility to know the organization's strategies and goals in order to implement talent acquisition programs that enable business leaders to carry out those goals and strategies. Staffing is the human resource function that acts on an organizational human capital needs identified through workforce planning and attempts to provide an adequate supply of qualified individuals to complete the body of work necessary for organizations' financial success. Talented people are a competitive advantage and are considered a huge differential that contributes to the organization's success. Often, those particular candidates are not actively searching and applying for jobs, which requires some active sourcing and recruitment on an organization's end. Some human resources information systems, also known as HRIS, allow the organizations to create competency profiles which allow discovery of internal candidates, but also helps employees build their own kind of portfolio for future career growth. Internal job postings are a great way to attract candidates that hiring managers may not be aware of. If the organization does not have the capacity or ability to have a recruitment department, then they will, of course, go through a third-party agency known as a staffing agency. Staffing agencies are vendors that work for organizations to seek out active and passive candidates and provide pre-screened qualified candidates. These agencies are ideal for organizations that have hard-to-fill positions, or maybe they just don't have the capacity with their recruitment department. So, in conclusion, workforce planning, internal recruiting, and external recruiting are included under the umbrella of recruitment. And regardless of the size or structure of an organization, they will always need some support for recruitment. How that organization approaches recruitment is likely to fluctuate. Functional organizations are departmentalized by their specific expertise. So if one of the departments loses one or more experts, that's going to impact them significantly. Of course, it will also significantly impact their productivity, which is what they're known for. That is why it is important to have a sound recruitment strategy to ensure vacancies are filled quickly, and also to ensure that they're getting the top qualified candidates. So the potential risk if an organization does not adopt a recruitment strategy is they will have loss of productivity due to those vacancies, and they will not be able to fill those vacancies timely because they're just not experts in recruitment. Next, I'm going to go into the safety aspect of the HR functions. Workplace safety is crucial, and without proper workplace safety measures in place, a company puts its employees, customers, reputations, and revenues in danger. OSHA was created with the federal DOL to administer and enforce the act. Its mission is to help employers and employees reduce all on-the-job injuries, illnesses, and deaths. Of course, OSHA doesn't cite employees for violating safety responsibilities, but they will cite employers. That's why it is crucial to have safety programs in place to ensure that the dollars from the bottom line are not impacted. Risk management is another component related to organization safety that monitors political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors that are probably not being paid attention by senior managers because they're just so busy being experts in their roles. Having the ability to discern risks is critical in helping senior management with decision making. Risk management must have a broad focus that helps organizations' senior management understand what risks may affect their strategic goals and how they may also impact daily operations. Human resources plays a role in risk management by creating a culture that is reflecting a proactive stance for risk management through recruitment, onboarding, performance evals, and reward systems. Without a structured safety program, there is an increased risk of accidents that impact the organization's brand and bottom line, and increased avoidable accidents or incidents that impact the organization's ability to achieve its strategic goals. The next function I'd like to discuss is employer and employee relations. The employment relationship consists of developing and implementing workplace policies and procedures, guiding employees and implications of their employment agreement, and educating them at all levels about changes to the organization's policies and providing coaching as well. Employee relationships strategy should include alignment with organizational strategies, laws, business practices, and the values upon which the strategies were built. Organizations must communicate employee relationship strategies to employees and people leaders, who also must commit to the values within that strategy. Common ways an organization strategy gets disseminated to employees is through its employee handbooks, new hire reading materials, and functional meetings. Developing workplace policies is key to providing clear communication from the employer to its employees. If a functional organization does not have an employer and employee relations program, they are at risk for unclear communications regarding policies and procedures and inability to provide a consistent corrective action process. The next finding I have is total rewards. So total rewards comprises of the compensation and benefits aspect of HR. And total rewards helps an organization's strategy because it complies with best practices for laws and regulations governing compensation and benefits. Employees working in total rewards design and oversee organizational compensation and benefits philosophies, strategies, and plans that align with the organization's strategic direction and talent needs. Comp philosophies are a broad statement created by a total rewards team and senior leadership team that documents the organization's guiding principles and core values about employee compensation. The statement should help those working in the organization understand the why behind employee pay and helps ensure all levels of employees have the same set of core values that lead to their total pay. So yeah, a frontline employee is not going to make the same amount of money as maybe a senior manager. However, the approach taken to configuring out what that pay is going to be should look the same. Deciding what benefits an organization should offer requires answering the following questions. Which benefits are required by law? Which benefits enable an employer to compete for employees? And which benefits are cost effective to purchase and administer? In order to come up with an answer to all of those specific questions, total rewards employees will generally implement a benefits needs assessment, which helps the organization decide on benefits package that works best for their overall strategy. If a functional organization does not have a total rewards program in place, they are at risk for unfair pay practices that could result in lawsuits and potential for not enough benefit coverage per state and federal legislation. Next, I'm going to discuss labor law compliance. Federal and state governments have enacted a wide range of employment laws and regulations that protect employees from discriminatory treatment, unsafe work conditions, and unfair labor practices. These laws are not intended to ruin the master-servant relationships within organizations, but instead it provides an equal opportunity for employees to enter into that particular type of working relationship. Labor law compliance is beneficial to grassroots organizations because it provides economic stability and allows for diversity in the workplace, which presents several other benefits. If an employer violates a federal or state labor law, they will face severe penalties and fines. According to the National Labor Relations Act, employers and labor unions are prohibited from interfering with the rights of employees to engage in concerted action. If an employer reports a violation, it is up to the NLRB to investigate that claim. That is why organizations are at risk if they do not have labor law compliance programs in place, because they could face severe penalties, both legally, financially, and reputation impacting. Lastly, learning and development, my favorite. Learning and development activities enhance the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the workforce in order to meet the organization's business needs. Organizations rely increasingly on intangible assets such as human capital as a way to gain competitive advantage. Workers with specialized knowledge and skills are difficult to find, and a skilled workforce is challenging for competitors to imitate or duplicate. Learning and development are a crucial part of talent management, and to ensure a positive impact on the organization's bottom line, learning initiatives must be carefully designed with a business strategy in mind. Without a learning and development program in place, functional organizations may end up with significant skills gaps and a lack of succession planning. Employees will not feel challenged, and they may leave the organization seeking growth opportunities. In summary, successful functional organizations achieve their strategic goals through the support of HR. And without those 6 main HR functions, a functional organization is at risk of failing because it will not have a strong foundation. One small lawsuit, one wrong decision, or a cultural mishap could result in a detrimental outcome. Having a strategic plan in place will ensure the organization is able to fill vacancies quickly with those skilled candidates that they want and they need. Providing employees with a workplace that's safe will ensure that senior management team is mitigating safety risks that will impact their bottom line, while also ensuring their beloved staff are returning home to their families safely. With senior management being heavily involved with their areas of expertise, they can easily miss potential risks, which is why risk management within a safety department is also crucial. Human resource professionals are the experts in employer and employee relations. They build strong partnerships with people leaders to ensure their strategies and policies and procedures are being properly administered and adhered to. Total rewards experts are ensuring the organization is selecting the appropriate benefits and comp structures for their employees. Labor law compliance experts are partnering with staff attorneys and keeping up with their ever-changing laws to ensure the organization remains compliant. And of course, they don't get overwhelmed or involved with lawsuits. Learning and development professionals are ensuring employees are being properly trained. And they are also partnering with senior management and HR to ensure succession planning is taking place. All 6 of the HR functions are important in organizations, regardless of the structure. However, functional structures that are pushing out productivity need additional support from HR, finance, marketing, and other support roles. Without the 6 main functions we discussed today of HR, an organization may thrive for a short period of time, but in the end, their culture will diminish. They will become buried in lawsuits, and the department will struggle finding top quality candidates.